let's go over some of the things I like about living in Toledo. Spent my whole life here except for about a year and a half that I spent living in Florida. One of the first things I like is the affordable cost of living. If you want to buy a nice house, it is attainable. When I lived in South Florida, that was something that was unattainable. If you want to find a nice house, it is still affordable here. Last time I saw on Realtor.com, Toledo, Ohio was one of the most affordable places to live in the U.S. Also, a thing to think about in Toledo, Ohio are the attractions. We have the University of Toledo. You can go to a football game, a basketball game. We have the symphony, we have the art museum, we have a top-rated zoo, we have one of the top-rated metro parks. You can go to a walleye hockey game, you can go to a mud hen baseball game. There's no shortage of things to do here in town. I think one of the also things that make Toledo great are you're a hop, skip, and a jump from big cities too. There's times I've jumped in my car and went to Cleveland to catch an Indians game. I've gone to Detroit to catch a Red Wing game. You're not that far from Cincinnati, Dayton. Indianapolis is a 3.5-hour ride. So if you do want to go to a big city, you can hop in your car and you can be there in a hop, skip, and jump and have a different kind of experience as well. Toledo, Ohio has lots of top-rated schools. A lot of the suburbs around Toledo have top-rated schools as well. And there is tons of development and money going into the city right now. Anybody that hasn't been to Toledo in a long time, if you go downtown, you'll see that it looks dramatically different. They are putting a lot of money into downtown. Downtown is becoming nice. It's a place where you want to hang out, get coffee, go to the gym. It's really turning into something nice. If you do like sports, we have the walleye hockey and we have the Toledo Mud Hens. So even if you don't have a major league team, which very few cities do, you can still whet your appetite with sports. For me, I do like food specials during the week. You can get $1 or $2 oysters at Claude's or Rosaria's. Those are one of my favorites for happy hour. And you also can get $1 tacos at Pant and Dandy's and Beer Stube. And I do love my Taco Tuesdays. Another thing to think about are investments. I am an investor myself. I currently own 9 doors. You can do things investment-wise in Toledo, Ohio that you can't do anywhere else in the U.S. You have the ability to buy houses that are habitable for $30,000. You can rent them and they will cash flow. You can flip them and you can make money on doing flips. I think this is a very unique area for somebody that wants to do something like that. A lot of times I have investors that call me up, and if you're living in a big city, you always try to get the 1% rule. If a house costs $100,000, you want to rent it for $1,000. I think Toledo gives a unique opportunity where in many cases you can do better than the 1% rule. And I think that's very hard to find anywhere else in the US. In living in South Florida, sometimes 5 o'clock after work, it would be terrible. Like I would be caught in traffic for an hour, hour and a half sometimes. Relatively speaking, I don't think traffic is bad in Toledo compared to other big cities. Another nice thing is we do have a local airport here. It's nothing to go into the small airport. You don't have to get there very early because there's not a ton of people there. And it goes to all sorts of fun places in Florida. I think another thing to think about is I love my microbrews. I love Inside the Five. I love Casual Pint. I love Ernest Brew Works. So there are plenty of places to go to get local beer that is made here and also in the Midwest.